So if you're looking to invest your funds, but you don't want to get burned by your advisor, what do? Here to give us some sound financial advice is our man of all things money, Howard Dvorkin. Always good to see you, sir.
Hello, sir.
So let's start with Bernie Madoff, okay, and Scott Rothstein and things of that nature, where people give their money, their hard-earned money, their life's fortunes, and the money allegedly goes away in a Ponzi scheme. What are some red flags? How can you avoid a situation like that?
You have to be extremely careful of who you're talking to and who you're giving your trust to. I mean, right now there's a lot of people displaced because of employment. They're coming out of companies with large retirement funds. Also, people aren't working, so there's a lot of influx of people going into the financial arena, and as such, people don't have the experience, but you have to be careful. If things sound too good to be true, guarantees of crazy returns, that's a problem. People cold calling you also. People you've never heard of firms you've never heard of. Last week I got a phone call from a firm out of New York, and the guy wouldn't even let me talk. He just kept selling until I finally had to hang up on him. And that's what people should do. If you don't know the person, you never heard of the person, don't do business with the people.
So then how important is word of mouth? So somebody calls you or somebody says, I have this deal. How do you find out? How do you verify if they have the chops?
Well, there's tons of deals out there. You have to look at certain things. You have to look at expenses. How much are you being charged for this service? And even not only commission, but there's internal charges. You have to be very careful of insurance products that are being sold as investments. That's a big issue, because the person selling you those insurance products or those investments are making money. How much really are they making? H&R Block was pushing investment products, and they just got fined by the state of New York to the tune of $11 million for selling products that have a lot of hidden fees in them.
All right, so Howard, before we end the segment, give everyone something to walk away with. What's one piece of advice for people thinking about investing in
If it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. If you're always look at the expenses, go to a firm with a good reputation. If you want to do it yourself, Vanguard Group is a terrific fund company, T. Rowe Price, Fidelity. Go with the names. Right now is not the time to take a risk, and be careful and do some homework. Call the Better Business Bureau, and also every state has a regulation bureau up, and in Florida, Tallahassee. There's also FINRA, which is the financial regulators, and you could call there and see if that person has had any complaints against them.
Okay, so a lot of good information, a lot of things that people can do. Always good to see you.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure seeing you.
All right, and if our people watching, our viewers watching, have questions that you want Howard to answer, just head to southflorida.com. Click on the Send Us Feedback icon, and you just might hear your question being addressed here with Howard on The Morning Show.